welcome to Dan's on the Street. I am Dan. I'm exploring the whole world city by city as seen through Google Maps and Google Street View, and today I'm visiting Luxembourg for the first time, and its capital city here of Luxembourg City. I'm very excited to check this out. Interesting old place, lots to see. Let's start out in what clearly is the old city, the old walled city. Well, it used to have walls at least. Let's get on the street and start looking around. Okay, we're on the ground. Nice day out here, little cafe scenes on the street. Beautiful cobblestones, nice buildings. Great little circle windows up there. Let's get moving here. This is a city of about 122,000 people, so not too large for a capital city, but it's quite a small country. Adorable little shop there, Butler's. Love that. All kinds of great shopping through here. Really nice places, some of these. This is a very wealthy country. It has, I believe, the second highest per capita GDP in the world. So a lot of wealth here, which leads to just great shops, of course, great restaurants, and the history brings it. Just beautiful buildings. Love all these sights in here. These narrow roads. Goodness, you can tell they're quite old. Let's keep going down Grande Rue. Little shops all around. Some tiny cars, everyone trying to keep it compact. Not a lot of space in here. No big pickup trucks or vans to be seen so far, I don't think. Everyone trying to keep it small. Ton of people out and about just enjoying their day here. Again, nice shopping in here. Definitely a good mixture of old and new. Some of these buildings look, quite modern. And then you don't have to go too far to find buildings that are many hundreds of years old. All kinds of just cute shops, fashion. Haven't seen a ton of restaurants yet, I don't think, but I'm sure we'll come across it. Some of these roads here you can see are closed. It looks like to vehicular traffic. Maybe bikes can go through, but interesting. Really lovely sight going through here, though. I was reading that foreigners represent about 70% of the population here, so it's quite diverse. Something like 160 nationalities here. Which that's unusually high, but I don't know. I like that. Great space in here. People taking pictures of this statue. I'm not certain who this is of, or I'm sure I could pull up and check in a minute, maybe. Nice big statue on a horse figure. Huh. Looks like we're kind of seeing this in wintertime. Hey, there's summer. That's a better view, isn't it? I like that. Interesting. Well, its history, I was reading, it goes way back. Obviously, people have been around here for a very long time. And certainly, at least as far back as the Roman time, there were people around here. The Romans had some sort of fortification in these parts. Kind of getting lost up in here. Let's pull up. Let us pull up. All right, here we were. Noodler on ice. I don't actually see that statue. Oh, there it is. Place Gayame. 13th century public square named after King William II. Okay. Wow, that public square dates back to the 13th century. How about that? Yeah, and as you can see, so the city clearly originally was this shape here. You can kind of imagine where the walls in it were. It has natural fortification here sitting up on a hill. on these rocks, and certainly it's expanded out now over time, and we'll see some of that as well. But I just want to spend a little more time in the old town, just give you a sense of that. One of the first places I was reading that was really established here around something like 967 or 963 was this castle over here, or this portion of the castle. And you can actually see these like cutouts. Those were where rocks were cut out for cannons to go in the fortification. Let's climb up in here. All right, you know what? Okay, we are up in there. Kind of dark here. I don't know if that reads, but this is a very narrow little stretch. I don't know if this was the entirety of the little castle, this little portion here. Obviously, it wouldn't have looked quite like this. This is Bach Castle, Castle Bach. Huh. Let's get on the road next to it, maybe. Kind of go over this bridge. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we dropped back in it again. Great view of everything here. Awesome bridge there in the distance. Love the terrain through here. Just the levels. There's a river down here. In the distance there, you see a great view of the kind of more modern business center. Some new tower going up there. Train bridges here. And then here's kind of the old town, the old walled city. I'm gonna try one more time to actually get on this bridge portion here, if I can. Okay, there's a bit of that. Yeah, there's the castle there. And then there used to be city walls here. I'm not sure if we're seeing remnants of them here, but this was all walled in up until the mid-1800s, 1867. Big old church up here. Now here they've gotten tour buses in here. I'm sure they can't go on every street, but these appear to be tour buses. Or just buses, I guess, general buses. Big church building there, offices as well, maybe. Huh. Look at these little paths that go up in here. It's really quite well mapped. I can just pick any one of these and go up there. Great old, like, stuccoed buildings. Little bars. I love this back in here. Fantastic. Look at how tight this is, though. You can almost see the paths where wheels might have gone. I might be misreading that, but you almost can sense where a cart might have gone through. But probably for most of the time this was pedestrian only. Another bar up here. Good eating. This guy's giving us a wave. Restaurant, bar. Yeah, back to his history. So I guess in 963, Siegfried I, a relative of the King of France, he acquired the land, or at least the land around the city, and began work on the first castle, and then a church was built. Let's go over this way. And pretty quickly, a city began developing kind of around it and near it. And then over time, it was fortified to protect it. Huh. Just following this guy up this path here. I love this in here. Little graffiti here along the left. Goodness, would I love to take just a quiet morning stroll up this street. Ooh, look at this in here. Interesting. This might be a building of note. I'm not sure if that's a palace or... Okay, Ministry of Affairs. Okay. Well, you get a little sense of the old town here. What I like is when they tore down these walls, they allowed this space. Look how well this is like laid out. If you lived here, you have this huge park area that encircles the walled city. Sometimes you'll see they'll tear down a wall in these old European cities, and the new buildings, there might be a boulevard there, but then the new buildings are right up next to it. But here they've allowed great space around it. And let's kind of move around the outside edge of things. You know, what a great park here everyone has access to. But even though, back to its history, even though it was fortified, I read that it was conquered many times over the years. Yeah. We'll head back in a little bit. Yeah, it was conquered many times by the I guess the Burgundians. They conquered in 1443. Later, the Spanish and the Austrians took it. It's just a very valuable piece of land. I don't know if you've ever spent any time kind of looking at a map of Europe, a modern map of Europe, and kind of observing where Luxembourg is, and it's such a small piece of property compared to its neighbors, at least. Great park here, little fountain, beautiful buildings. This is so nice. But it's very desirable. All right, let's pop up. Let us pop up. I kind of want to see a little bit more outside where things have spread. Let's go over here. Oh, this looks very fun. It looks like an amusement park here. Not sure if this is a permanent situation. I guess we'll find out when we get on the street. No, it's not permanent. All right, so sometimes they set up a fair here. Who knows? And it's a big open space. It could be anything, but clearly when Google mapped it from above there, it was a fair. Are we about to head into some tunnels here? All right, we'll cruise through the tunnels. Back out. Over a big bridge here. Let's head towards the kind of new business center. We're really high up over. Can you see that down there? If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And if you really want to support me, I have a Patreon page with bonus video tours. It's $1. And you can check out, I've got, I think 7 videos up there now. I'll probably be recording another one soon. It's $1. Consider supporting it. If you can't do that, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. That's pretty cheap, isn't it? Nice buildings here, all new. Brand new in here, right? Look at all these cranes. Now some of this too, 2009, I don't want to go into the politics of it, but some countries have been more receptive of Google Street Mapping, and some have been less receptive. And Germany and Luxembourg have not been big fans of Google for whatever reason. And so if it's kind of weird that these maps all date to like 2009 or something, that's why. So a lot's changed, I'm sure, since this was recorded. But this is what we got. Nice building here on the left. Again, yeah, all 2009. Hotel, something looks like a conference center. Nice, look at this street here. It's perfect. You can see the trees. Look perfect. This is a nice, really great hotel. Parc Central. Definitely just a business zone. Look at these buildings here. That's nice. Real good look to them. Court of Justice. This is an important city in the EU, so there's lots of Just EU business done here. I really like the look of these. Huh. Gold with those windows. That's twin towers like that. That's great. Big fan of that. Let's move back this way. Back to its history. So it kind of, again, it was, the city was changing hands over time. They're in the mid 1500s. France took it. It actually held siege of the city for 7 months. Oh, this is a great building here. This is the Grand Theatre de Luxembourg. This was completed in 1964. Nice. Real good, like mid-century look to that. Let's drop inside, see if we can get a view of, well, it looks like some sort of park here, whatever, plaza. Little fountain. The opera house here. I love these windows up here. Very unique. Great look to all of that. That will age really well, in my opinion. Not everything from this era is going to age well. That looks cool today. That looked cool then. We're back in these tunnels. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, France actually held siege to the city for 7 months back in 1792. And they were really, I guess they were really stunned by how well the city was just naturally fortified by the terrain and the walls. Oh, here's an old graveyard here on the left. Certainly would walk through there, just see if you can get any sense of the history there. Might be a newer graveyard, really. Lovely buildings here. But it eventually became part of France then, and then it became part of, I guess, Prussians, essentially Germans, I think. And then in the Treaty of 1867, the Treaty of London of 1867, they had to, part of that required they dismantle all their fortifications. Countries were tired of attacking this city. It seems like nobody wanted to do it anymore, so they just said, take down the walls. And I guess they went along with it. It took a while. It took like 16 months. No, I'm sorry, 16 years. I misread that. And, which is crazy, to tear down all those walls. I'll have to look up if there's any depictions of the city. I'm sure there are some artwork with its walls still up. Almost certainly. But then for a while, it was essentially independent. These are beautiful streets up in here. Great homes. Looks like they're kind of like 4-unit houses, right? It almost looks like one big house, but then it's like, all right, this is 1 unit, 2 units, 3, 4. Seems like they're all kind of 4-unit, or maybe more, 8-unit. Great look though. Some of them have off-street parking, some of them not so much. Again, everyone driving pretty small vehicles. Oh, there's a Land Rover. Great street scenes in here, though. Little cafe. But yeah, it was essentially independent, and it tried to remain neutral. But then in World War I, it was occupied by Germany. And then after World War I, that's when it really started expanding outward, well beyond its old bounds. Interesting. Let's keep north side up here. Huh. Let's check out somewhere a little south here. It looks like there's a train station down here. This is the old, I forget what that's called. It's where they just turn the trains around, historically. Turnaround, something? I don't know. Interesting. Great mixture of old and new here. Look at this rustic, old metallic, old stone, and then glass elevator. Very cool. Huh. Really cool scene in here. Nice artwork. Great buildings. Grand sights. Great views. I think we might have missed in the distance there. I believe that's the train station. Let's go over there. We saw part of it here. All right, here we go. We saw kind of the backside of things there. Oh, oops. We actually fell inside the train station. Great views up here. Oh boy, look at this. Interesting ceiling artwork. I like that though. Let's get back outside. This train station was built in 1913, replacing an older one. Great look to it though. Survived both the wars. Of course, so it was occupied by Germany in World War I, and then kind of much more damaging was World War II. It was occupied beginning in 1940, and it did not go too well here. Germany was very forceful in taking the city, kind of renamed everything, really forced the Luxembourgians, whatever, to become Germans, become part of the Third Reich. And yeah, that's what happened. Love this view here. And then the city was liberated in 1945 or 44, right at the end of 44. And then of course Germany wasn't too pleased with that, so they just started bombing it like crazy, doing all kinds of destruction, killing people. Those were those days. Tough times here. Huh. But since then, it seems to be doing well. Recovered well. In time. Rebuilt. Good number of cranes around. Again, I wish I could see it today. I'm guessing a fair amount has changed since what we're seeing all in here. Let's pop up. Let us pop up. One of the things I wanted to check out, I was reading there's an interesting graveyard. I think it's over here. Of course I'm an American. So this interests me more. But this is the Luxembourg American Cemetery. So a lot of American soldiers died during World War II in this region, including General George Patton, which I did not realize this. And let's see if we can get a view of that. And this graveyard is dedicated to them, but there's like over 5,000 American dead here. And that's Patton's tomb right there. How about that? You wouldn't hardly know, to my eyes, that you're in Luxembourg with a view like this. This looks like the United States to me. Even the trees, something about that. I would never guess. I would assume I'm in like Virginia or something. Interesting. Patton was killed during World War II, but I believe it was an accident. Or I think it was a car accident. Pretty interesting site, though. Let's head back into town. Just go on one of these roads. Cruise into things. Very green all through here. Yeah, never been to Luxembourg. I definitely could see visiting someday. I think I would enjoy it. Any place with this kind of beauty and history and culture and all that, that is right up my alley. I love all that. Little vehicles. I haven't seen a ton of people on bicycles. It might be that it's quite hilly. Maybe I've seen a few, but not as many as I might have guessed. Again, the mixture of old and new. Let's go over this bridge here. Great skyline view. There's a church, some sort of watchtower there, or a water tower. I think a watchtower. Lovely sights. I kind of want to get down there, see things from below. What's it like to live in the lower area? Oh, it's very nice here too. Love these old walls. There's definitely a river down here too. You can kind of sense it. Goodness gracious, that's amazing up there. Those walls. Love to see what that would have looked like from here. Back 500 years ago even. That would have been great to see that. Cute places. I mean, the sight of that back up behind your house. Wow. Very livable. Cute little cafes. Man. Very cool. Then a long hike up this hillside. Yeah, bicycling might be a challenge. This is so cool, this like narrow tunnel. Well, I'm going to have to wrap this up here. If you enjoyed this, again, please subscribe. And if there's other cities in this part of the world you think I might enjoy, let me know. Maybe I'll get one more view of things. One more view. I know I haven't seen all of it. Forgive me. I did not see all of it. Oh, here's a cool art museum. Let's drop by there. I don't know if I want to go in the art museum. I don't know. Wow, look at that. An old, like, moated castle up here. Or something. The water's all gone. That is pretty unusual. Old fort with history and art museums. Wow. Fantastic. What a place. So much history here. Yeah, again, I've barely touched on a fraction of it. Amazing. Yeah, if there's other cities in this part of the world you think I might enjoy, so even if there's other small cities in Luxembourg that have particular interest or played some historic role you think I might enjoy checking out, comment below, and maybe I'll try to get there someday. For now, though, I'm going to add this to my map. Thanks to somebody suggested this place too, so again, I'm always listening for new places. Luxembourg City. There it is. And if you enjoyed this, check out some of my other video tours. I've been all around the world, slowly exploring this place. All right, there we go. Little tiny country, right in the midst of things. Yeah, check out some of my other tours, and until next time.